Hey, Mike. You have such pretty blue eyes. Previously on Garage Junkie and the episodes of Return of the Ramcharger, we got the custom motor mounts all welded in. Now time to get the converter slammed into the transmission, engine bolted up, hopefully for the last time. We're going to be installing this torque converter that I got from Roadrunner Converters, which is a third of a mile from the shop. It's like right there. They gave me a pretty good deal on it. So it's a 3,000 RPM stall, 10-inch converter going into this marvelous used know nothing about it transmission. It had a little clutch material down in the pan, but there was no metal or weird things, and it wasn't like an overabundance of clutch material, so I'm hoping all is well. First things first, you got to put some fluid in the torque converter. You don't want to put it in there dry. There's some in there, but not nearly enough. You're going to want to put some in, give her a spin. Oh. Actually, it was full. They sent it to me full, so I might spill some. But you always want to lube it prior. Don't ever want to stick it in there dry. Everyone talks about these telltale clicks that you get when you install a transmission. I don't necessarily, oh, there's that air compressor. There's a measurement you can take, but yeah, it's in there. Definitely in there now.
Yeah, there you go.
We'll probably skip through a little bit of that, or we'll just show the whole thing, but you'll feel like you're there and you're not. You kind of got to take it out and put it in, and take it out and put it in, kind of jiggle it around. And it'll eventually go, but you'll only really know when you put the motor in the transmission. There should be, between here, this pad here, and the flex plate, there needs to be like at least an 1/8 to 3/16 of a space of float in there. And that's for, you know, when torque converter balloons or just thrust in the engine, it can get wiped out if you don't have that thrust. So don't forget to check that, and we will as we progress along. Gonna try something a little different on this video. No music, just gonna do some voiceover and kind of just give you the raw edit, noises of the background. This was shot with a lot of really long run clips, and there's a lot of just kind of filler in between. So I just want to give you the meat and potatoes, the spam and jelly, whatever you want to call it. Get it in there. Is that the right spot?
Oh no,
there's no thread there. Yeah. Hey everybody, there's no thread there.
Aren't you using the correct one there? Yeah, looks like we've got space between the two. Do we ever modify those mounts that we talked about, trimming off those ends?
But so that it doesn't where we
We want to document.
we need to be filming everything. There's no zoom on that land.
Oh, is there a certain way that goes?
Yeah, don't put them on backwards or they just don't fit.
So that arrow points towards the front?
Towards the front of the car. Berate you. Whenever you're putting in galley plugs or pretty much any plug you do not want to have come out ever again, use Loctite. Use Loctite. Use Loctite. For the sake of everything, use Loctite. I'll pick up that S-wrench and over that press here. Go up a little bit. I was at the far ring. I think last time we had it on jack stand, we had it just jacked up, I think. Well, as you can see, we couldn't get the engine stand underneath the truck because it's so low. So we pushed the truck out, grabbed the forklift, rehoisted everything, pushed the truck back in, tried to slam it in there. And if you remember, about 3 minutes ago, I did a title card of foreshadowing. We're trying our hardest to get it in there, but as you can see in this next clip, these little 1/4-inch bits of metal were fighting us. Two. Push on. Seriously, guys, this was a test of my ability to not freak out and just start throwing wrenches. So bear with us. Well, apparently we forgot to film the transmission install for the cross member. We were looking for hardware. We were pretty frustrated at that point. So I think we just called it a day after we got the transmission cross member bolted up and came back next week to get some sheet metal out of the engine bay. The reason we are drilling out the spot welds and removing the sheet metal from the radiator support is because I want to run a C10 radiator out of like an 85 pickup truck. They're wider, a little lower. It's going to give me a lot more cooling capacity, and I can get them pretty inexpensively, even in a 3-pass or a 4-pass aluminum. Moving right along. Going to get the torque converter all bolted up to the flex plate and move on to other things.
Hey Gibby, what are you doing?
There's supposed to be a certain amount of clearance float in the torque converter, so I'm just checking that out, making sure I'm A-okay, and there's not a lot of room. Pushing the torque converter back. I didn't grab my tape measure. I'm an idiot. Hey Yanni.
You want me to go get that for you?
Yeah, that or my calipers, whatever you can get easily.
Okay.
Want me to hold that? I'm just gonna... Yeah. Well, I saw your calipers right away, so... Word. Let's hear engine a little closer to me. Alright, let's grab my cal lappers here. I think it's supposed to say set an 1/8 of an inch to 3/16. 3/16 is 187 thousandths. I currently have 250 thousandths
Ruh-roh.
of float. Some precision washers, grade 8. These are precision. They measure 115 thousandths. Take that away from the 250, it's 135 thousandths.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Or something.
So that's the perfect amount of float. So I'm going to run one of these little chims in between the flex plate and the torque converter, and Mike is just over here tripping on things. What's up, Michael?
I missed most of the day.
Yeah.
Get to work.
Son of a bitch.
There you go.
There you go.
You touched it.
He helped it.
Holy shit, is this an LS?
It is, man.
Why'd you put an LS in a Dodge? Who does that?
Fucking idiots. Why didn't you put a Hemi in it? God. We read all the comments!
Go hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe, comment, and share with your friends.